Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the stream. Eagles and Seahawks tonight on Monday Night Football. Ignore the top of the screen for the moment. Let me change that. Let me pull up the game as well. Seahawks maybe without Geno Smith tonight. Seems like Drew Lock's going to be starting, but obviously we don't know quite yet. The game is just kicking off, though I've got to pull up the stream. Hold on. Here we go. But welcome to the stream, everybody. I will get to the comments in a minute. Oh, come on. Now this game decides it's not going to play. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me try that again. Hold on 1 second. Alright, let me pull up the comments. Eagles have the ball to start. And I would be able to tell you what's going on if I can have the game load. Give me a minute. Alright, let me pull up the comments. Alright, here we go. Jalen Hurts is playing. He was questionable with an illness. Alright, 3rd and 9 here for the Eagles at their own 39-yard line. Hurts looks to throw. He's got time. Throws over the middle. That is caught by a wide open tight end across the middle of the field. And into Seahawks territory to the 45. A first down for the Eagles. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you. Hurts throws outside quickly, caught by Dallas Goedert. He's got some blockers in front of him, and Goedert out of bounds after picking up 4. Alright, make sure to vote on that poll. Just put it out. We'll be at the top of your chat. 2nd and 5 here for the Eagles. Obviously no score so far. 12:08 to go in the first quarter. And Eagles left guard Landon Dickerson had his face mask completely come off his helmet. Should be an easy win for the Eagles, especially if there's no Geno Smith. But yeah, I think the Eagles will get the win here. Let me check the score I said. Hurts throws to the outside. It's a wide throw, but caught by Devontae Smith, and he's going to lose a yard to bring up a 3rd and 6. I've got the Eagles 28-19. So here is a 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Julio Jones, man in motion, and got a timeout called by the Eagles as play clock set to expire. You're going to say the Eagles 24-13. Okay, I could definitely see that. I don't think it will be like the greatest game, but I think it will be somewhat close for the majority of the game. I don't think we'll see a blowout unless the Eagles pull away late. Starting quarterback playing for Seattle. We don't know yet. They didn't announce a starting quarterback for, like, when they introduced the team, and they haven't had the ball yet. I've heard no, even though he is active, but Drew Lock's expected to start, but Gino is active, so we'll have to wait and see who actually heads onto the field. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles from the Seahawks 39. Empty backfield for Hurts. Throws over the middle. That is caught for a first down. Broken tackle by A.J. Brown. And he's inside the 30 to the 28. And a first down for the Eagles. Ooh. I agree. Not a blowout, but should be a W for sure for Philly. Yeah, exactly. 1st and 10 from the 28. Hurts hands off to Kenneth Gainwell up the middle, and Gainwell runs for a pickup of 6 before he's taken down. Here is a 2nd and 5. Eagles currently on an 8-play, 52-yard drive that's taking a little under 5 minutes off the clock. Hurts hands off once again, this time to Gainwell again, and he picks up 9 for a first down as well, running behind the right side of the offensive line. So a first down for the Eagles on the 15. Hurts in shotgun, Gainwell the back arm to his right. They going to keep this on the ground. Now, Hurts shovel pass this one out to Dallas Goedert. It is a backwards pass, and Goedert maybe gains a yard, not much space. So a 2nd and 9. They do give him a yard to the 14 there. Empty backfield for Jalen Hurts. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Swift in motion. They will throw this one out to him. He's got some blockers in front of him. Swift inside the 10. He's taken down at the 8. That will bring up a 3rd and about 3. Jalen Hurts, perfect to start today. 5 of 5, 39 yards and and 13 rushing yards. So 3rd and 3. Hurts in shotgun. They go to the ground with Gainwell up the middle. He's got a first down. Gainwell to the 5. And that is just enough for an Eagles first down. So 1st and goal for the Eagles. Hurts hands off to Gainwell again. He spins past the defender in the backfield, but is taken down after gaining maybe half a yard. Eagles by 17. Okay, I could see that. The Eagles did not score an offensive touchdown for the first time in a Jalen Hurts start last week, as they got destroyed by the Cowboys, who then got destroyed by the Bills this week. 2nd and goal from the 3. Hurts, again, hands off up the middle. No gain for the DeAndre Swift, as he's taken down by safety Julian Love. And that brings up a 3rd and goal. Julian Love signed with the Seahawks in free agency. Was with the Giants for the first 4 or 5 years of his career. I think 4. So 3rd and goal from the 3. Empty backfield for Hurts. You can't rule out some kind of quarterback run here, although I think they'll throw it. Hurts. Nope, it's a quarterback draw. To the outside, Hurts is diving in for an Eagle touchdown. Jalen Hurts with a 3-yard touchdown run. I don't know. That looked like it may have been a pass. Although that... No, that was a quarterback run. Okay, so it's going to depend where he's touched here, because his knee goes down when the ball's on the half-yard line. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to call that a slide or not, because he's diving, which means he'd have to be touchdown, I believe. Whereas if he's sliding, it's where he gives himself up. Okay, so the touchdown does stand. Jake Elliott on for the extra point, and his kick is right down the middle. So 7-0, the Eagles lead the Seahawks after a long first drive. Capped off with a touchdown. Your 49ers won, yeah. I didn't see any of that game, but I heard they destroyed the Cardinals and also clinched the division. 49ers looking great. Like the organization the 49ers have right now. Lynch, Shanahan, McCaffrey are great. Yeah, the 49ers, they've really built something special over there in San Francisco. And I wanted to do a video when at the midseason mark of the season, where I did 5 bold predictions for the second half. I didn't end up doing it, but one of my bold predictions was going to be, it was really bold. It was the 49ers don't lose again and win the Super Bowl. And, I mean, obviously there's still a long way to go, but if only I did that. Pulling for Alabama to beat Michigan and pulling for the Washington Huskies to beat Texas. I want Alabama versus Washington national championship game. Okay. I don't really... So here's what I would say about that. The national championship for college. I just don't want Michigan or Alabama to win the national championship. Washington or Texas, don't really care who. I will be heavily rooting for the winner of that game to win the national championship. I just don't want to see Alabama again. And who knows what's going on with Michigan and their cheating. Broncos crumbled. Who did they play? Oh, they played the Lions. Yeah, that was not a great performance for them. Texas, Michigan. Okay. Goff with 5 touchdowns. Yeah, what was that? 42-17? Yeah, that was a really good performance for the Lions. Actually, we didn't see a ton of that game. Saw clips here and there, but didn't really watch much of that game. So 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter after a long Eagle touchdown. And the ball comes out to the 25-yard line. It's Drew Lock on the field for the Seahawks. He's played in 27 career games, started 22 of them, has an 8-14 record, thrown 27 touchdowns, and 23 interceptions. His second start with the Seahawks, and he's starting back-to-back games as Geno Smith is active. but is out with a groin injury. Or he's active yet not playing. On my college team, Notre Dame. Go Irish is right, yeah. So first and goal, walk under center. And we have a flag that comes in a false start on the right side of the Seahawks offense. By the way, that first drive for the Eagles ended up being 15 plays, 75 yards, 8:29 off the clock. First and 15 for the Seahawks from the 20. Walk looks to throw. He's pressured, going to dump this off to Walker, and Walker will pick up to only 2. Before he's taken down by Morrow. But second and 12 from the 22. Walk under center. Noah Fant in motion. They hand off to Kenneth Walker up the middle. And Walker up to the 26 before he stopped. And that's going to bring up a third and about 8 for the Seahawks on their opening drive. A defensive change for the Eagles this week is Matt Patricia is now calling plays. The Eagles, the worst third down defense in the NFL, allowing opponents to convert 48% of the time. And they also have just 9 third down sacks. 3rd and 9. Underneath that is caught by Metcalf, who's short. Metcalf gains about 7. He needed 9. And that brings up a 4th and short here for the Seahawks. And they will likely be forced to punt it away. Yeah, they're going to send out the punt unit. I was too deep in your own territory to go for it this early, and the Eagles will take over after a punt. So 4th and 1. Michael Dixon on to punt it away to Britton Covey, who averages 14.2 yards per return. Here he calls for a fair catch at the 12. So good punt. Backs the Eagles up deep inside their own territory. And the Eagles defense gets off to a good start and forces a 3 and out. Walk, yeah, I would agree. There's a reason he's a backup. I mean, he could be a good backup quarterback like he is now, but he's not necessarily like your starting quarterback. And when he isn't like necessarily the quarterback you'd want starting for your team. By the way, this came in a couple minutes ago, or really 20 minutes ago now. UCLA quarterback Dante Moore, former UCLA quarterback, he's transferring to Oregon. He's a former 5-star recruit. And that is interesting because 1, Oregon just got Dylan Gabriel in the transfer portal. And 2, Dante Moore was actually committed to Oregon for like a day before he flipped to UCLA. Last year. All right, waiting for them to come back from commercial here. The Eagles take over on their own 12-yard line. With 4:29 to go in the first quarter after they forced a 3-play, 9-yard punt. Alright, they're back from commercial break here. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. So ball on the 12. Hurts. Hands off up the middle to DeAndre Swift. Bounces to the outside, and Swift taking down, falling a pick up a 5. Jalen Hurts has been good so far for the Eagles. Has not missed on a pass. And obviously also ran in the touchdown as well. So 2nd and 5 after a 5-yard run on 1st down. Hurts empty backfield, looks to throw. Hurts steps up in the pocket, gonna launch one way down the field, overthrown and incomplete. DeAndre Swift winds up out wide. He was the intended target there. And that brings up a 3rd and 5. That's his first incompletion of the day. He's got 5 of 6 for 39 yards. Also 16 rushing yards and a touchdown. So 3rd and 5. Play clock at 0, and we got a false start first. Jalen Hurts. Actually, the player the penalty called against. Step backs him up to a 3rd and 10. Following the penalty. So backed up to where this drive started at the 12. An empty backfield for Jalen Hurts. Gainwell motions into the backfield. Hurts looks to throw against a 4-man rush. Underneath, that is incomplete off the hand of Dallas Goedert. And brings up a 4th and 10. So the teams will trade back-to-back 3-and-outs as Seahawk defense does a great job, and we'll get the ball back in what could be a pretty good field position as long as this isn't like an insane punt. Man standing in his end zone. And he will punt this away to DJ Dallas, who averages 11 yards per return. Man punts it away. Dallas will let this bounce, and it will take an Eagles bounce inside the 40 all the way down to the 30, and it eventually will stop rolling at the 26. So nice punt there for Braden Mann. Takes a good bounce at the end after bouncing nearly 25 yards. Bounces about 22 to 23 yards. And that is where the Seahawks will take over, trailing 7-0 with 3:29 to go in the first quarter. So exactly a minute off the clock on that drive there for the Eagles. Good D from Seattle. Yeah, really good job there. And a good field position is right. Let's see Seahawks. What Seahawks offense has to offer. I thought it would be a good field position, but it's actually pretty average. They got the ball at their own 27 after a really good punt, which bounced like 23 yards. Hold on 1 second. But this is a big game for the NFC playoff picture, as the Eagles have already clinched a playoff spot. They're currently leading the NFC East by half a game, as they're 10-3. Cowboys are 10-4 after losing to the Bills. And at the moment, the Eagles sit at the 2 seed. But if they lose, that would, one, put the Seahawks into a playoff spot for the moment, and two, knock the Eagles down to the 5 seed and put the Cowboys up to the 2 seed. But something I realized, Cowboys, they have a really tough remaining schedule. Obviously, they had the Eagles last week, the Bills this week, and then they have the Dolphins next week, before they play the Lions and then close out the season against the Commanders. That is not an easy 4-game stretch for the, well, what did I just do? For the Cowboys to close out the season. Alright, they're back from commercial. Ball at the 27. Lock under center. Smith and Jigba, the rookie receiver from Ohio State, in motion. Now he goes back the other way. Here is a oh, wow! Josh Sweat hits Kenneth Walker almost as he catches that toss. Talk about not having enough time after you catch the ball. Wow, Josh Sweat got there in a hurry. We'll get to the comments in a second. 2nd and 16. Lock with time underneath that is caught for a pickup of about 6. To 84. Actually, don't know who that is. Let me pull up the roster real quick and figure out who that is. 84, I said. That is Colby Parkinson, a 4th-year tight end from Stanford. So here is a 3rd and 10. The Eagles have allowed 33 points in 3 straight games for the 2nd time in franchise history. Don't think the Seahawks hit that number tonight. Walk with all kinds of time over the middle, that is caught for a 1st down by Tyler Walkie. He picks up 11. And Seahawks with their first down of the day. I hope the 49ers are still the 1 seed. I think they should be. They've only got 1 game that I can really see them losing, and that is against the Ravens next week. But I think they should still be able to walk with the 1 seed. Because even if they're tied with the Eagles or Cowboys, they have to head-to-head over both of them. Walk-off play action, throws far side of the field, that is caught by Lockett for another pick of about 6. If you were to call a bowl winner from the wild card, or not a top team on their division, who would you say, NFC or AFC? That's tough. I just saw your comment. No one wants to beat the Bills in the playoffs. They're one of those teams. They're playing really well right now. And if they get into the playoffs, they're a really dangerous team. Here is the gift to Kenneth Walker. Tries to reverse the field, and he is tripped up. Let's see. Will they give him the 1st down? It looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short. And that'll be a 3rd and 1. But, yeah, a non-top team in their division at the moment. I'm going to include the Eagles and Cowboys both leading the NFC, because they're kind of both right there. Bills is who you would say they're a really good team. Yeah, they are really good. I'll get back to that in a second. Here's a 3rd and 1 with 30 seconds to go. And we now have a flag that comes in. False start. Noah Fant called for the penalty. Pete Carroll doesn't like it. So that makes this 3rd and short a lot more difficult. Whoa, where's that penalty? If they just showed the right timing, that is an awful call. He didn't move. Or he did, but to look back at the quarterback, not a false start. 3rd and 6, walk to the outside, high throw, incomplete, looking for Fant, who wouldn't have picked up the first down anyway with Kevin Byard right there. So that brings up a 4th and 6, and Seahawks forced punted away. But getting back to your question, either the Bills or I feel like the Bengals could be a dangerous team. Jake Browning's look pretty good, but I don't think they're quite there without Joe Burrow. Here is a kick that will check up at the 15 and get then batted toward the goal line and down at the 2. So it checked up at the 15. The Seahawks batted it towards the goal line, almost went into the end zone, and then was eventually down at the 2. Browns not too bad, 9 and 5. They're a good team as well. They got the defense to beat anybody. But I just don't necessarily know if Joe Flacco, he's been good so far. I just don't know if he's that quarterback who can lead somebody deep into a playoff run. Their defense, definitely capable. But I just don't quite know if their offense is there with Joe Flacco. He's been good, but not sure if he's that good this late in his career. But yeah, I would say either the Bills, or if I had to pick somebody for the NFC, that's really tough, because the NFC is 3 or 4 teams. But, I would say the Bills. I don't know if I can pick a team from the NFC. Unless it's whoever doesn't win the NFC East. Now, the thing with the Bills is, it is not the easiest way for them to get into the playoffs. Because, obviously, they had the Cowboys yesterday who they beat. But, they still have the Chargers they should easily beat. The Patriots they should easily beat. And then the Dolphins, that's a tough one, especially in Miami. I think the Bills' best chance is probably to win the division, because the Dolphins do have a pretty tough schedule remaining. Their 3 remaining games are the Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. They can lose all those games. But it's tough for the Bills to make the playoffs. But if they can do it, they'll be a dangerous team. But we also reached the end of the first quarter here. The Eagles with a 7-0 lead and get the football back. And now, where's that ball spotted? Because they touched it at like the 13. There's a flag on the play. Let's see. They're discussing it right now. The 13, it's batted towards the goal line, which I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I didn't know they called false starts for turning your head. Me neither. That was an awful call. Dolphins versus Niners Super Bowl. I could definitely see that. I think it's going to be the 49ers. Alright, they're still trying to sort this out. They're calling it an illegal bat by 59. The Eagles will enforce the penalty 10 yards from the previous spot. And we will re-kick 4th down. So that was a lot of confusion there for a punt. And it turns out you cannot bat the ball towards the goal line. The Rams were looking good against Baltimore the other week. Bills or LA, I would say. Okay. Now, I don't know if I could pick a team from the NFC. I just don't think there's a team outside of the top teams in the division that's capable of going on a deep playoff run. You have the 49ers and Baltimore in the Super Bowl. If I had to pick from now, I would agree. Definitely the 49ers. AFC is tough, but if I had to pick right now, the only team that has been extremely consistent throughout the year and that I really trust is the Ravens, so I would agree. So 4th and 16, the Seahawks punted away again. And here is the kick from Dixon. It is fielded at the 13 by Britton Covey. Covey makes a cut on the return up the middle of the field. Covey up to the 29-yard line. And that is where the Eagles will take over. So good field position for the Eagles on their 3rd drive. The Eagles have never beaten the Seahawks when Pete Carroll was their head coach. They're 0-7, including the playoffs, and 0-3 on the road. Lamar folds in the playoffs. He's really only been in a situation like that once, because last year he was hurt and they lost. Usually he gets hurt late in the season, but thankfully this year he's been able to stay healthy. But I can agree, the one other year he was healthy, 2019, he didn't have a great playoff run. Here's Hurts pass, batted at the line, incomplete. Trying to throw this out quickly to who is that? That's AJ Brown. Well, here is a 2nd and 10 from the 29. Hurts throws the slant to AJ Brown on the RPO. He gains 9. Maybe they'll give him a 1st down. It's awfully close. AJ Brown slow to get up after that one. But he appears to be okay. Running quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls. Not necessarily saying they win Super Bowls, and you're going to win a Super Bowl because your quarterback can run. Eagles wind up to go the tush push here, and Hurts picks up the 1st down. Holmes is mobile, not a running quarterback. Yeah, I would agree. Lamar Jackson's more of a running quarterback. Although, I don't think he's ran as much this year. I'm not sure if I'm correct on that, but I don't think he's been quite like his 2019 season. Obviously, I know he was insane there. But here is a run up the middle for pickup of 4 for DeAndre Swift. But obviously, you need to have a quarterback who can pass. But when you've got someone as mobile as Lamar Jackson, he's never going to hurt your chances. Here is a 2nd and 6 from the 44 for the Eagles. Hurts on the keeper to the outside on 2nd down. Hurts is out of bounds at midfield, and he will get enough to move the chains for the Eagles. How are you? Long time. I'm good. How are you? So just inside Seahawks territory here, Hurts in shotgun, hands off to DeAndre Swift up the middle, and Swift runs for 4 to the 45. Well, Lamar Jackson on season, he's got 3,100 passing yards, 17 passing touchdowns, 7 picks. And as a runner, he has 741 yards and 5 touchdowns. So here is a 2nd and 6. Hurts look to throw with time, throws to the outside. That is caught by A.J. Brown inside the 40, and Brown taken down at the 35 by Tariq Woolen. So 1st and 10 to the 35. Here's the handoff to DeAndre Swift, running right. Swift cuts it back up the middle, and he, after some dancing around, gains 11. So here is a 1st and 10 from the 15, or sorry, the 25. They go back to the ground with Swift running right, and he's taken down, only gaining 2 on the play. Eagles play selection so far, 17 runs, 10 passes. So here is a 2nd and 8. Hurts in shotgun. Swift back on to his right. Hurts on the option here. He is going to try to turn the corner. He's just going to slide after gaining 2. Omar has 741 yards running, more than 7 running backs. Yeah, more than a lot of running backs. I think that's top 15 in the NFL. Yeah, obviously, when his legs can be a part of your offense, why not use them? Excuse me. 3rd and 6 from the 20. Hurts on the designed run up the middle, and Hurts taken down after gaining only about 2 or 3. Leonard Williams with the stop. Jordan Brooks there as well. And that brings up a 4th and 3. Offense going to stay out on the field. So 4th and 3, empty backfield for Jalen Hurts. Now Gainwell motions into the backfield. Hurts throws over the middle. That is caught for a 1st down by Julio Jones to the 12. And the Eagles, on 4th and 3, convert and pick up a fresh set of downs. That is special. Needs a bowl win. Lamar, that is. Yeah, he's a really special player with his skill set. Here is Gainwell taken down at the line of scrimmage by Boye Mafe. That brings up a 2nd and 10. But yo, Lamar Jackson, a really, really good player. And if he can add some playoff success to his name as well, that would be even better. So 2nd and 10 from the 12. Hurts in shotgun. Swift back line to his left. Here they hand off to DeAndre Swift. He cuts it up the middle. Swift is taken down, following a pickup of 9 down to the 4-yard line. Panthers won. Panthers won the second game. Your Patriots getting close to that number 1 pick. Yeah, they are. Get back to that in a second. False start here for the Eagles. They're lining up to go quarterback sneak. And Jason Kelsey with the false start. So here is a 3rd and 6 following the penalty. Hurts in shotgun. Hands off to DeAndre Swift. Swift makes a cut, breaks a tackle, and Swift taken down at the line of scrimmage. Quandre Diggs there again. And that brings up a 4th and 6. They lost Mark Andrews. That's why I doubt they make the Super Bowl. Ravens need better receivers. Yeah, Mark Andrews is definitely a big loss to their offense. They don't have a ton of playmakers on the outside. So, I could definitely understand that concern. I think we all have that concern about the Ravens. Elliott's kick is good, and it is now 10-0 as the Eagles lead the Seahawks. So, nice job by the Seahawks to only allow 3, but they now trail by 10. They just showed a replay of the false start called on Jason Kelsey. It wasn't really a false start, I don't think. But it's more of, I don't know. But he more like moved the ball like forward when he went to go pick it up. I think Bill stays in New England and they go hard next season. If they get a 1st round pick, oh boy, watch out. I don't know. I think they may move on. People keep saying that where else would he go, and New England would not fire Bill. Yeah, I think it'll be more of like a mutually agreed to part ways type thing. Because yeah, I would agree. They're not going to fire him. But I think it'll be a decision where they'll end up moving on. I don't think Belichick will be with the Patriots after the season. Yeah, I would agree. 80% of his Pats fans want him gone. Go to the Chargers. Can't see Chargers at all. I don't know. Wouldn't let Brady go if that was the case. I'm not sure I see that connection. What does letting Brady go have anything to do with Belichick going to the Chargers? Bill and Herbert, watch out. Yeah, that would be dangerous. Because, I mean, obviously, and you need the quarterback. Justin Herbert, one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Probably easily top 10, arguably top 5. They're explaining the false start. It was called a false start because Kelsey moved the ball when he picked it up. 1st and 10 from the 25 here for the Seahawks. Walk, with plenty of time, throws down the field. That is incomplete for Metcalf, but he's got a flag. Multiple come flying in. And the Seahawks going to pick up roughly 15 after the interference call. Belichick doesn't have an offensive mind. Yeah, he's a defensive guy, but the Chargers' offense has never been the problem, or at least this year. It's always been the defense. So when you take someone like Bill Belichick, who always has a good defense, and you take him to a place with the talent they have on the defensive side of the ball. Here's a quick throw to Smith and Jigba, and he's taken down following a pick of 2. But you then give him the talent they have on the defensive side of the ball, like Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, not J.C. Jackson anymore, Derwin James, who's that? Asante Samuel Jr. They've got talent on the defense. Just Brandon Staley's been a big problem. Now he's finally gone. 2nd and 7 run up the middle for Walker, gains about 6. That'll bring him a 3rd and 1. Yeah, Belichick to the Chargers. Obviously, that's a dream scenario if you're the Chargers, but obviously, who really knows if that happens. 3rd and 2, walk under center, walk it in motion, and they will hand off to Kenneth Walker, who wound up at fullback there, and I don't think he got that. I think he's just short. Let's see. It's going to depend on the spot right here. They are going to give him enough for the 1st down. So 1st down for the Seahawks, and they pick up their 2nd 1st down of the drive. Get back to the comments in a second. 1st and 10, walk under center. Smith and Jigba, the man in motion, walk, looks to throw. Throws underneath, that is caught by the tight end Will Dissly for a pick up of 5 to the 40-yard line. They would have kept Brady in New England and fired Bill. That's what I mean. I don't really see leaving. I see Bill leaving maybe another 2 seasons. He's too old to go build another team like San Diego. He is obviously really old and probably doesn't have many seasons left. So I can understand that, but yeah, as you guys are saying, Brady, he wanted out. 2nd and 5. Here's a good run for Kenneth Walker inside the 30. He's taken down at the 27. And a nice run there for the Seahawks. And Seahawks putting together a pretty good drive, as they've got the ball deep inside Eagles territory after that good run from Walker. First and 10 at the 27. Lock under center. They toss this to Kenneth Walker running left. And Walker is not going to get anything as he forced out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So that brings up a 2nd and 10 with 2:50 to go here in the first half of play. And an Eagle 10-0 lead. Belichick's only 72. College coaches stay until near 80. Yeah. That is true. Obviously, there's some older college coaches. But I just don't think Belichick has a ton of years left coaching. I'm not saying next year and he's done, but he's not. He doesn't have like another decade left. Like, I don't think he goes till he's 80. I think he's probably got another like 2 to 3 seasons. This throw, looking for Charbonnet out of the backfield. That's a wide throw and incomplete. Bounces off his hands. So here is a 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks. 2:17 to go. Drew Lock so far today, 7 of 9 for 42 yards. Ball on the 27 with 2:17 to go in the first half. Lock looks to throw over the middle. That is caught for a first down. There is Jackson Smith-Njigba, the rookie. And he picks up 12. And that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. I truly believe he wants Shula's record. Yeah, I think so too. But he's somewhat close, right? He's, what is he, 24? Because the record's 326. Oh, sorry, the record's 328. Hold on, let's see. Belichick 27 away. So, yeah, that's probably another couple seasons. That's 3 9-win seasons, which is possible. It'll take extra time with the Patriots. Yeah, it definitely will with how bad they are. Sabotaging his team for the ego, he needs a fresh start. I agree. I think also he would know that this Patriots team he's with right now is not good. And if he wants to get to the record somewhat soon, it has to be with a new team. It's you again? Yeah, I remember you. Welcome to the stream. Patriots aren't going to get good overnight. Yeah, agreed. Which is why, if he actually wants to break the wins record, I think we'll go to another team, which I think he does. Your favorite football team, Seahawks, so you picked them to win. Okay. Drake May to the Patriots. That's what it looks like. With him, the Patriots likely top 3 pick. Will be taking the second quarterback, which will likely be Drake May. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff to Charbonnet up the middle, and he picks up about 3 down to the 11-yard line. No, sorry, the 16. And with 1:53 to go, we've got a timeout called by the Eagles. That is our second timeout, leaving them with 1 remaining. The Seahawks still have all 3 timeouts remaining. I've been hearing two teams as a front runner: Chargers and Raiders. I've only really heard about the Chargers, but Raiders possibility as well. And Tom Brady still hasn't been named a minority owner of the Raiders yet. Yeah, I did remember hearing that. He hasn't been officially there yet. When is that going to happen? How much time is left? Minute 53 in the first half. Owners have to vote on it. Okay, so that's what, after the season? Let me see. Probably won't happen until the end of the season. Alright, that makes sense. You're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, hoping to hit it by the end of the year. Not sure if we'll be able to do so. 34 in, what, 2 weeks? Possible, but I don't know. Hopefully, but doesn't seem like the most likely thing to happen. But that is my plan. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial here. Seahawks looking to get on the board for their first time, as they currently trail 10-0. They've been putting together by far their best drive. So ball, no, I was right the first time when I said it after the previous play. Ball on the 11, Metcalf in motion. The Eagles have allowed a touchdown in 10 straight red zone drives. 2nd and 7, to the outside, that's a low throw and incomplete. Metcalf the target. You'll tell my subscribers to subscribe to you. Don't feel like you have to, but if you do, thank you. Here is a 3rd and 7 for the Seahawks. Lock in shotgun, Charbonnet the back line to his right. Eagles bring a blitz underneath, that is caught, but he's well short of the line to game. Jackson Smith and Jigba with the catch, the rookie from Ohio State. So that brings up a 4th and about 2 or 3. With a minute 44 to go. And after that play, the Eagles spend their 3rd and final timeout. Blankenship came up to make the tackle and keep him short. Got to the comments in a second. 4th and 4 is what it's ruled as. Reed Blankenship, 80 tackles, 2 interceptions, 5 pass breakups coming into this week. All at career highs. They will keep the offense out there to go for it. Trailing by 10. And I like this decision, because you get the ball after halftime. Play clock at 2. They will not snap this. And they will call their first timeout. So let's think about this for a second. If you go for it and don't get it, you're going to give the ball to the Eagles deep inside their own territory. and make them go the length of the field with a minute 45. Plus, you get the ball after halftime. I like the decision, but if Geno Smith was that quarterback, not with Drew Lock. Now to think about it more. Here's a 26-yard field goal for Jason Myers. I will get to the comments after the commercial, or during the commercial. 4th and 4 for Myers, a 26-yard attempt, and his kick is good. So it is 10-3. The Seahawks get on the board and make it a touchdown game. With a minute 42 to go. Eagles are not the best team in the NFL. They're good, but not close. Not necessarily not close, but they're good, but they're not the best. Niners making Super Bowl. Thoughts? Agreed. I think they might win the Super Bowl, but I definitely think they will be there. Because they've beaten all the other contenders in the NFC. They destroyed the Cowboys. They destroyed the Eagles. The Lions, they've been... Obviously, they got a big win over the Broncos this week, but they had been kind of shaky before that. Maybe Ravens. Yeah, I think the Ravens could make it there. I think there's a lot of teams in the AFC that could make it there. The Ravens are a pretty good bet, as they've been pretty consistent. Looked like offsides. Eagles player clearly jumped. Yeah, I don't know if he jumped offsides, but he definitely jumped. I'm with you right there. He definitely jumped. I'm not sure if he jumped offsides into the neutral zone. Christian McCaffrey for MVP. Could be. I think this might be the year we see a non-quarterback win MVP. McCaffrey, a very good pick. Tyreek Hill, good pick as well. But could also end up being a quarterback like Dak Prescott or Brock Purdy. Every team has had ups and downs this season. 49ers lost 3 straight at one point. Yeah, they did. All teams had their ups and downs. It's more of a matter of when you have your ups and downs. You got to peak at the right time. And avoid dropping at the right time, even if you are a good team. Niners are a well-rounded team from coaches to players. No reason they don't win unless Ravens just go off. Yeah, I would agree. I think it's going to be really hard to beat this team for the rest of the year. And in the playoffs as well. Especially with their defense, plus what they can do offensively. Best quarterback in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. So the Eagles will get the football back after allowing a field goal to make it a 10-3 Eagles lead. And this kicks a touchback as it bounces in the end zone. And the Eagles will take over at their own 25 with a minute 42 to go and no timeouts to work with. Oh, you meant best quarterback ever? Brady. Let's go Seahawks cheer with you. I'll root for the Seahawks. I mean, as a Giants fan, I'd love to see Eagles lose. Even though the Giants aren't doing anything. The Eagles have had two 15-play scoring drives in the first half for the first time in the last 45 seasons. Well, I didn't realize their second drive was that long. 1st and 10, Hurts looks to throw. Hurts throws down the field. That is caught by Devontae Smith, and Smith is inbounds, taken down. Picks up 15, up to the 40. Now we got a flag that comes in as well. Stopping the clock with a minute 33 to go. It is hands to the face. Penalty is declined, but it does stop the clock. You could have said the same for the 49ers last season. Also, making it to Super Bowl or winning a Super Bowl isn't a guarantee. We'll get back to that in a second. 1st and 10. Hurts is pressured, rolls out, and Hurts just going to throw this one away. But the 49ers, they were also really good last year. But the difference between this year and last year is Brock Purdy was still a bit of an unknown heading into the playoffs last year. Now, we've seen a full season from him. We kind of know what we're getting. And that is a quarterback who's going to lead a really good 49ers offense. And a quarterback's going to put up great numbers doing so. Incredibly efficient as well. Giants can be good if they want to be. They can, but just with all their injuries and their offensive line, how bad it is, they're not really that good right now. But we saw they can be good and beat some good teams like we saw a couple weeks ago. 2nd and 10, Hurts has it batted at the line and incomplete. And that brings up a 2nd and 10. Sorry, a 3rd and 10. With a minute 23 to go. Eagles get everything they want. Sometimes it really does seem like that. They will get anything they feel like they need. They feel like they need a safety. Earlier this year, they go out and trade for Kevin Byard. For like a 5th round pick. But here is a 3rd and 10. Hurts throws down the field. That is incomplete. Too high for A.J. Brown. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. And let's see if the Seahawks have time to do something here with a minute 19 to go. And 2 timeouts as well. Because the defense does a good job, forces a punt. Excellent coverage there on A.J. Brown. But Braden Mann on to punt it away for the 2nd time. And this punt is fielded on the bounce by Dallas, who then is going to power his way ahead up to the 19. And that is where the Seahawks will take over with a minute 8 to go and 2 timeouts to work with. So he's got time for Drew Lock and the Seahawks. 2 timeouts as well. Brady is because of his rings, but Peyton Manning is right there with you two. Yeah, Peyton Manning, obviously, also one of the greatest quarterbacks and players in NFL history. Not just the rings, he owns every quarterback record. Yeah, another thing, it's the rings, but also he was just really good. It's not like he was just on good teams. He was the reason teams were good. Hey, your cousin played beach volleyball with Tyreek Hill. Cool. Refs are always on the Chiefs' side. It really does seem like that. The Eagles, too. Seems like they're always getting a call or not getting a call. It does seem like that. I agree. Brady is the GOAT. It's hard to go to Tampa and win a Super Bowl out of nowhere. Props to Brady, yeah. Just everyone knew what he was at that point, and everyone just wanted to go play with him. Plus, the Buccaneers were already a pretty solid team when he went there. But the Seahawks, they take over here with a little over a minute to work with and 2 timeouts. Minute 8 at their own 19. So there is time for them to try to put a drive together, even if it's only a field goal, and then they get the ball after halftime. So not a terrible spot right here. Here is a 1st and 10 walk underneath that is caught by, I believe that's Noah Fant. It is. For a pick of 6. Minute to go. Second and 4, 50 seconds. Walk. Throws to the outside. That is incomplete. Let's see, do we have a flag on the play? Not sure. I don't think so. Alright, well, he's definitely inside the tackle box. They're talking to see if it's grounding. I guess there was nobody in the area. They will call grounding. And that is going to back the Seahawks up. So now the Seahawks, they do use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. So there's still 45 seconds left. But that makes it 3rd and 14. Patrick is so cocky. I don't necessarily know if he's cocky like that, but he definitely complained a lot about what ended up being the correct call in the loss to the Bills. Drew Lock sells a lot of games. He's really not a great quarterback. And just a dumb mistake there, not getting out of the pocket to throw it away, or not being on the same page with the receiver. The Eagles have trailed at halftime in each of the past 6 games, although they do have a 7-point lead with 45 seconds to go in the first half right here. So 3rd and 14. Lock hands off to Zach Charbonnet, the rookie from UCLA. A flag comes in, and Charbonnet only gains a yard. Oh, actually, update real quick. The Eagles have declined the 10-second runoff, so the Seahawks still have 2 timeouts. And here we got a hold on the Seahawks, but that will not back them up as the Eagles decline the penalty. And we'll get the punt on 4th and 12. So Michael Dixon odds punted away, and the Eagles will get the ball in what should be good field position. So here is the kick. Britton Covey will field this at his own 27. On the return, Covey makes one man miss, and he's taken down at the 31 with 27 seconds to go. So it's a 56-yard punt. Dallas is making the playoffs every year, but so every single year. Yeah, it's always like that. It starts off in the beginning of the year when the Cowboy fans try to convince us it's their year, which it never is. And then they have a good regular season, although they have been better this regular season than they have been. And then they always lose in the playoffs, like every year. So here is a first and 10 for the Eagles on the 32 with 27 seconds to go. They have no timeouts to work with, but will try to put a drive together. As Hurts throws downfield to the sideline, incomplete, off the hands of Dallas Goedert. So here is a second and 10 from the 32. Jalen Hurts 9 of 16, 79 yards, also has 29 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Hurts looks to throw, steps up in the pocket. Hurts on the run. He is going to take off and run head to the sideline, out of bounds at the 39, with 15 seconds to go. You've probably got a play or two to get in field goal range here if you're the Eagles. An Eagle tight end number 81, don't know how to say his name, but he has helped to the locker room. Hopefully he's okay. You got out of wrestling an hour ago. Cool, how was that? But here is a 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. On spot at the 38. Empty backfield for Jalen Hurts. Hurts rolls left. Set his feet, now throws to the sideline. That is incomplete. Kenneth Gainwell was the target. And he is unable to haul that one in. Trying to stay in bounds. You won your first season playing football. Cool. So 4th and 4, the Eagles punt this away. And this is going to take us to halftime as it bounces out of bounds at the 11. It was good. Also, who gets the ball at halftime? That was the Seahawks. So the Eagles lead this one 10-3 at halftime. Seahawks are set to receive the second half kickoff. But I'm going to go take a quick break as I do at halftime of every game I stream. I will be back in a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. Thank you guys for staying with me as I took a quick break. But the Eagles lead the Seahawks by a score of 10-3 at halftime. Who do I think is going to win? I'm going to stick with my prediction of the Eagles, although I'd like to see the Seahawks get the win. But I am going to stick with my original prediction of the Eagles. And as far as my updated score prediction goes, originally I said the Eagles would win 28-19. Hasn't been the greatest first half for either team, especially offensively. But let's go with... I'm going to stick with the Eagles, and let's go Eagles by a score of 23 to... Let's go 23-13, Eagles. Hold on 1 second. But, yeah, 24-13 is my updated score prediction. I still think it'll be a somewhat close game. Obviously, it hasn't been the greatest game so far, but it'll be... I still think the Eagles will win. So you want the underdogs to win, but you think the Eagles are going to win. Exactly. Going over some stats from the first half, starting off for the Eagles, passing Jalen Hurts 9 of 17 for 79 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Rushing for the Eagles, DeAndre Swift 10 carries, 36 yards. Jalen Hurts 7 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell 5 carries, 18 yards, and Dallas Goedert a carry for 1. And receiving for the Eagles, A.J. Brown 3 for 30, Dallas Goedert 2 for 23, Devontae Smith 2 for 14, Julio Jones 1 for 6, DeAndre Swift 1 for 6, and Kenneth Gainwell was targeted once but didn't come away with the catch. Hurts looks sick, probably getting an IV inside now. Maybe. He was sick coming into this week and he was questionable to play. But obviously he is playing through whatever he has. For the Seahawks, passing Drew Lock 10 of 14, 64 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. And rushing for the Seahawks, Kenneth Walker 7 carries, 21 yards. Zach Charbonnet 2 carries for 5 yards. And receiving for the Seahawks, 3 catches, 19 yards for Jackson Smith-Njigba. Tyler Lockett 2 catches, 17 yards. DK Metcalf a catch for 8. Noah Fant a catch for 6. Colby Parkinson a catch for 6. Will Disley a catch for 5. Kenneth Walker 1 catch, 3 yards. Zach Charbonnet 1 target, no catches. Hold on 1 minute. Who do I think will be getting the MVP this year? That is tough. I mean, it could go... That's a really tough one, because it could go to a non-quarterback for the first time in 11 years. Because the last non-quarterback to win was Adrian Peterson in 2012. But if I had to pick right now, I would say either Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, Brock Purdy putting up insane numbers. And Christian McCaffrey also putting up insane numbers. Tyreek Hill is also in that conversation. Same with Dak Prescott. Although he didn't play a very good game yesterday. But Brock Purdy, 3,795 yards. That's second in the NFL. He's got the most passing touchdowns at 29. And he also has 2 rushing touchdowns. Then for McCaffrey, he has 1,294 yards. That is most among most rushing yards in the league. He's got the second most rushing touchdowns at 13. And he's also added 509 yards and 7 touchdowns through the air on 57 catches. Then for Tyreek Hill, he leads the league with 1,542 yards and 12 touchdowns on 97 catches, which are 4th in the league. And then Dak Prescott, 3,600 yards, that's 5th for a second in the league, 28 touchdowns and 7 picks. Brock Purdy also with 7 picks. So MVP can still go at either direction. If we're simply looking at the most valuable player, I think it's Christian McCaffrey at this point in the season. I think he means more to that 49ers offense than Brock Purdy, because I think Brock Purdy's a very good quarterback, but I think the season Purdy's having is a really good season, but I think if you take Purdy off that offense and just replace him with a solid quarterback, pretty similar. Whereas if you take McCaffrey off that offense, you're losing a huge weapon in both the run game and the pass game. But the second half just got started. The Seahawks, with the football on their own 25 after the opening kickoff of the second half, was touchback. Here's a swing pass out to Kenneth Walker. Walker with blockers in front of him, makes the cut. Walker breaking a tackle, and he picks up 9. Nice play there for the Seahawks to start off the third quarter offensively. Not C.J. Stroud. He was in that conversation maybe a month or so ago, but not anymore. He hasn't continued to play at the MVP level. He also got hurt, and the Texans have fallen off just a little bit. But he's still a really good quarterback. They hand off to Walker up the middle. He gains 3 and a first down. The Eagles' rush defense, in their first 9 games, they allowed just 66 rushing yards a game, which led the NFL. In their last 4 games, they're allowing 156 rushing yards a game, which is probably bottom 5 in the NFL. That's not good. First and 10 from the 35. Here is the handoff to Kenneth Walker, who bounces to the outside, breaks the tackle. Walker swung down at the 42 by Eli Ricks, and that brings up 7. Why not Stroud? He's been really good, but he hasn't quite continued to play at that MVP level. Plus, he's also missed time with injury. Didn't play a good game against the Jets last week, got hurt. Didn't play this week. And he's still really good, but he's not one of the top MVP candidates. How about you? Who do you think's getting the MVP? 2nd and 3. Here's the check down to Walker. And Walker makes one man miss, makes another man miss. Walker turns upfield into Eagles territory. He's out of bounds at the 45. Nice job by Kenneth Walker, turning a 5-yard loss into a 13-yard pickup. And also, good job by Drew Lock, not to force anything downfield, just take his check down, which ends up being a good game. Kenneth Walker tonight, 9 carries, 30 yards, 3 catches, 26 yards. 2 of his 3 catches have come in this drive. Here they go to Zach Charbonnet up the middle. And Charbonnet runs for 5 to the 38. Zach Charbonnet coming into this week, 95 carries for 412 yards. Both are top 5 among rookie running backs. Here is a 2nd and 4 So they give him 6 on that first down play. Walk, hands off to Charbonnet. Running left, he cuts this up the middle, and another good run of about 4 or 5 yards. I switched accounts, you're back now. Okay. I recognize you in your other account. But okay. So here is a 1st and 10 from the 32. Walk throws caught quickly by the rookie Jake Bobo, who I believe also went to UCLA. And he gains 4. Yes, him and Zach Charbonnet were teammates last year in college. So here is a 2nd and 6 for the Seahawks. Putting together a pretty good drive here on the first drive here in the second half. Walk-off play action, throws to the outside. That is caught by Fant for a pickup of 5. So 3rd and 1. They hand off to Walker. He makes a cut, bounces to the right side, makes a man miss. Drew Walk getting downfield to throw a block. Kenneth Walker in for a Seahawks touchdown. Nice run for Kenneth Walker there on 3rd and short. Ends up in the end zone and a long touchdown run. Not really long, but a 23-yard touchdown. And Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game up. Really good drive. 9 plays, 75 yards. 4:55 off the clock. And Kenneth Walker, a big part of that drive, and caps it off with a 23-yard touchdown. And the kick here from Myers is up and good to make it a 10-10 game. And the Seahawks go right down the field on the opening drive, 9 plays. 75 yards. As they take 4:55 off the clock and tie the game up at 10. Nice, let's go upset approaching. Maybe. We'll have to see. So far, results in the poll, 75% of you guys have said the Eagles, 25% have said the Seahawks. Make sure to vote if you have not already done so. I'm a little bit behind in the game. Yeah, I know sometimes that happens between me watching the game and then there's like a 3-second delay on the stream, or at least that's what I noticed. But yeah, that happens. So sorry about that if I am a little bit behind. All the streams are like that. Please don't call a play ahead of time, though. Yeah, I have noticed most other streams I watch like this. It's just part of how it is. With stuff like that. So the kick here is away, and it is a touchback as it bounces in the end zone. And the Eagles will take over with 10:05 to go in the third quarter for their first possession here in the second half, with the game now tied up at 10. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 25. Hurts in shotgun. DeAndre Swift, the back line, to his left. Brown motions to the right side of the formation. Hurts throws quickly, that is caught by a wide open Devontae Smith, who's out of bounds after picking up 9. So here is a 2nd and 1. Hurts is going to throw a low and incomplete pass to Dallas Goedert. Off play action. Going back to the guy who caught that previous pass, Devontae Smith, he's got 3 catches for 23 yards. He's holding all of his targets. So a 3rd and 1 here for the Seahawks. Sorry, for the Eagles. They're just going to line up for the tush push. No, they're going to hand this off to DeAndre Swift. And Swift picks up a 1st down. There is a flag down in the play. Instead of going with the sneak, they hand it off to Swift, who goes around the left side of the line for a pickup of about 3 and a 1st down. Draymond Jones, Seahawk defensive tackle, called with a hands to the face penalty, which moves the chains anyway for the Eagles. Oh, they called it on the wrong guy. It's 56. Brooks, not Jones. But that flag is correct. 1st and 10. Hurts, with time, steps up in the pocket. Now he rolls to his right, escaping the rush. Hurts is going to pick up a 1st down. He scampers out of bounds after a gain of 13. And a good pickup there. Looks like Hurts wanted to go deep to Devontae Smith, but he was covered. Here's the handoff to Swift up the middle, and DeAndre Swift picks up 6. Eagles have run the ball effectively so far. Got well over 100 rushing yards. DeAndre Swift, 12 carries, 45 yards. Jalen Hurts has 48 rushing yards, and Kenneth Gainwell also has, I think it's roughly 20 as well. 2nd and 4. They set up the screen to DeAndre Swift, who goes nowhere. Leonard Williams takes him down for a loss of 5, and that brings up a 3rd and 9. The Seahawks had 4 guys waiting for the screen, and that was a disaster for the Eagles. And we'll bring up a 3rd and 9. Leonard Williams tonight, 4 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. 3rd and 9. Hurts looks to throw to the outside. That is caught for a first down by A.J. Brown. He gains 11, and the Eagles move the chains. Here is a screen out to Dallas Goedert, who's taken down for a loss of 2 on the play. Jackson with a nice tackle, shedding the block right there. Devontae Smith, that was blocking. And Jackson able to shed that block and take down Dallas Goedert right there. Nice play there from the Seahawk defensive back. So 2nd and 13. After the screen goes backwards. Hurts looks to throw. He's got time. Over the middle, that is caught for a pickup of about 10 to Dallas Goedert. So 3rd and 3. Goedert tonight, 4 catches, 30 yards. Hurts on the keeper here. He's going to throw this down the field. Is that caught? Yeah, that's caught by Devontae Smith down the field to the 10 to bring up a 1st and goal. That's like the Eagles' triple option. Hurts can hand it off. He can run that or he can throw that, as you saw there. 1st and goal from the 9. Hurts hands off to DeAndre Swift running left. Swift makes a cut and is taken down at the 1. He tripped over his own man, Jason Kelsey, and was then touchdown. That brings up a 2nd and goal with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Game still tied at 10. That was a completion of 17 from Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith. And then Swift runs for 9. And here the Eagles line up to go with the tush push. And Hurts is in for a touchdown. The 2nd rushing touchdown of the day for Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles back on top. It is now 16-10. After a 12-play, 75-yard drive that takes 5.5 minutes off the clock. So here is Jake Elliott for the extra point to make it a 7-point Eagles lead once again. And Elliott's kick is good. So 17-10, the Eagles lead the Seahawks after the teams trade opening drive touchdowns with their first possessions of the second half. And the Seahawks will take over the football with 4:43 to go after the kickoff. Excuse me. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Alright, waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The Seahawks get the football back after allowing Eagle touchdown. And let's see if the Seahawks can build off that touchdown drive from their last offensive possession. Alright, they're back from commercial break here. The Seahawks set to receive the kickoff. So the kick is away, and it's touchback. And the Seahawks will take over at the 25. A good drive their last drive, ran the football effectively, and good things happened when they got the ball into the hands of Kenneth Walker. I would expect them to try to continue with that. The Seahawks rushing yards, they ran for 43 yards last drive, and they ran for just 26 in the first half. So nearly doubling their first half rushing yard total on one drive. Walk takes a shot way down the field, an incomplete. Walk at the target. He was overthrown and incomplete. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just getting over a cold. My voice isn't completely back yet, but good enough. Here's the handoff to Kenneth Walker, and Walker is taken down after gaining only a yard, running left. Nolan Smith, rookie from Georgia, with the stop there. So 3rd and 9 here for the Seahawks. Walk looks to throw. Steps up the pocket. Walk is taken down for a sack. Just the Eagles' 10th 3rd down sack all season. But they take down Drew Walk. The first sack of the day for either team. And the Eagle defense forced a quick 3 and out. So 4th and 13, the Eagles will get the football back. Britton Covey will field this at the 21 where he calls for a fair catch. And that is where the Eagles will take over with 3:09 to go and a 17-10 lead in the 3rd quarter. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Alright, they're back from commercial. Lane Johnson injured on the play. I missed the first play. It was a 2-yard run. Lane Johnson, Eagles star right tackle, down on the field. Hopefully he's okay. But that is a big loss to the Eagles' offensive line that's already without their right guard, Cam Jurgens. Sorry, you gotta leave? Okay, thank you for stopping by when you could. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. Alright. Still waiting for them to come back from commercial break after the injury to Lane Johnson. I was hopeful he's okay. Alright, there's still a commercial. Obviously, losing Lane Johnson would be a huge loss to the Eagles' offensive line. Johnson, one of the best right tackles, if not the best right tackle in the NFL. And he helps anchor an Eagles' offensive line that is one of the best in the NFL. He got rolled up on as they show the replay. He's in his 11th season, a 2-time first-team All-Pro. And he's over on the sideline. So here is a 2nd and 8 from the 23. Hurts in shotgun. DeAndre Swift is back one to his left. And we got a false start. Multiple guys moved early before the ball was snapped. And Wayne Johnson comes back onto the field. So they don't even run a play. Just a false start penalty. And Johnson returns. So 2nd and 13 after the penalty, backed up to the 18-yard line. Empty backfield for Jalen Hurts. Hurts with time. Now he's going to roll out of the pocket to the right side. And Hurts is going to pick up 5 on the scramble. Wayne Johnson has 8,831 career offensive snaps at right tackle. That is the most in the NFL since 2013. He's in his 11th season. Jalen Hurts tonight, 118 yards passing, 54 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns. So here is a 3rd and 8. Quez Watkins in motion. Seahawks bring a blitz. Hurts has time. Takes a shot down the field, incomplete. Looking for A.J. Brown. But the ball severely underthrown. And that brings up a 4th and 8. So the Seahawks will get the football back as they force a punt. Man gets the kick away, and DJ Dallas will return this from the 28, makes a man miss, and is taken down at the 30. So a minute 26 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Seahawks take over at the 30, trailing by 7. They go to so many commercials, even when they're just going to go to a commercial in like another minute and a half. Alright, still waiting for them to come back from commercial after the Seahawks get the football following the punt. A.J. Brown tried to get into a fight with somebody on the sideline after that incompletion. Here is a handoff to Kenneth Walker. Breaks the tackle. Walker bounces to the outside. Walk gets down for the throw. Walk again. And Kenneth Walker picks up 7. Wonder if Drew Walk has a future at fullback. He doesn't end up actually throwing a block there. We just see him go sprinting down the field looking for somebody to block. Kenneth Walker in the first half, 7 carries, 21 yards. In the second half, 5 carries for 40 yards, including a nice 7-yard pickup there. Here's a 2nd and 3 with 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. They go back to the ground. Walker up the middle. Walker into the secondary and across midfield, just inside Eagles territory in a nice way to likely close out the third quarter here for the Seahawks. Maybe they can get one more play, and there is still 30 seconds. But they've been running the ball really effectively. Let's see. They don't have to snap this. It doesn't appear as if they will. No, they won't. But Kenneth Walker, 16 touches for 100 yards and a touchdown today. He's really heating up as we enter the fourth quarter. He had a really good third quarter. But we head to the fourth quarter. The Eagles lead this one 17-10. So 1 quarter left. Eagles up by 7. Although the Seahawks getting back to running the football and putting together a good drive. Two plays, 20 yards so far. And their other drive, when they ran the ball consistently well, they went 9 plays, 75 yards, touchdown. So let's see if we've got another touchdown drive in store. Hold on 1 second while we wait for them to enter the quarter. Hold on a second while we wait for them to enter the quarter. Oh, actually, just got back from commercial. So here is a 1st and 10 from exactly midfield. Walk hands off to Kenneth Walker, and Walker with plenty of space to run. He gains 8 on 1st down. Maybe even a 9th yard there for Kenneth Walker. He has had a great second half so far. It's up to 83 rushing yards, 26 receiving yards, 109 total yards, and he leads the team in rushing yards and receiving yards. So 2nd and 1. They go back to the ground with Walker. He dances around behind the line of scrimmage, looking for a lane. He's going to plunge forward for 2. Kenneth Walker in his last 5 games, about 12 touches for 57-ish yards and a touchdown. Tonight he's got 17 touches for 109 yards and a touchdown. Really good game for the second year back from Michigan State. Walk off play action, throws underneath, that is caught by the tight end Will Dissly, and he picks up 4. So here is a 2nd and 6. Lock in shotgun. Walker the back one to his left. They will throw once again. Lock throws underneath. That is called by Tyler Lockett. And Lockett swung down following a pick up of 5 by James Bradbury. So 3rd and short here for the Seahawks. Trailing by 7 with 12:35 to go in the 4th quarter. So here is a 3rd and 1. Lockett in motion. They get the snap off the second left. Walker gets the ball and he's going nowhere. Lost a yard there. And that brings up a 4th and 2 here for the Seahawks. I think I'm going to go for this if I'm Seattle. So 4th and 2. They will keep the offense out there to go for it. And now we got a timeout called as play clock was at 1. DK Metcalf, very quiet game so far, just 2 targets. 1 catch for 8 yards. Wonder if they can potentially try to get him involved here on this 4th down play. He has had a really good game, 2 really good games against the Eagles. He had 7 catches for 160 yards and 10 catches for 177 yards in his previous 2 meetings. 4th and 2, Walk throws quickly, that is incomplete off the hands of Metcalf. There's a flag that comes in. Metcalf had to catch that one. Bradbury was in coverage. Looks like we're going to get a flag. They will call interference. Nick Sirianni says no way. I don't really think that's a good call. I don't really like that call, but like, it's kind of understandable because he he swipes his arm, yet he doesn't really affect at it. But here they toss this to Walker, runs into his own lineman. He's going to try to bounce this all the way to the outside. He's going to end up losing about 4. He's at a bounce at the 30. But I don't love that pass interference call. So 2nd and 14 on the 30 after a 4-yard loss. They fake the toss and throw this to Metcalf. Metcalf with some blockers in front of him. He is out of bounds, following a pickup of 12. Nice running there after the catch for DK Metcalf on just his 2nd catch. Got their left tackle Charles Cross out there as a lead blocker. So here is a 3rd and 2. Walk pump fakes, and Walk taken down for a sack. No, did he get that throw off? I didn't think so. I think he was down. We'll have to see. But 4th and 2, Eagles gonna wind. Seahawks wind up to go for it again. Walker splits out wide, leaving an empty backfield for Drew Lock. Play clock at 2. They do get the snap off. Nope. Now we got play blown dead. Pete Carroll over on the sideline calls a timeout. By the way, that was definitely a sack for Drew Lock. He did not get that pass off. So this should be about a 4th and 5 or 4th and 6. Because Drew Lock was sacked on the previous play. Nick Sirianni now throws the challenge flag. So that's going to be rolled back to like a loss of about 4 or 5. Wow, that was the quickest review I've ever seen. They reversed the call. So that was actually a bigger loss than I thought. 4th and 9. And now the Seahawks will send on the field goal unit. Jason Myers on for a 43-yard field goal. He is 40 of 49 in his career. In that range, he is an 83% field goal kicker from 40 to 49 yards. Let's see. Now the officials huddling up discussing something. But here is a 4th and 3. Sorry, a 43-yard attempt on 4th and 9, and the kick from Myers is good. So 17-13. The Eagles. The Seahawks cut into the lead a little bit, but still a 4-point Eagles lead with exactly 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Alright, but waiting for them to come back from commercial here as we enter as the Eagles get the football back with exactly 10 minutes to go, now up by 4, 17-13, after the Seahawks field goal cuts into the lead. Alright, they're now back from commercial break. And the kick is touchback, and the Eagles take over at their own 25. Hi, how's it going? How are you? You're good? Glad to hear that. Here is the play action, quick throw to A.J. Brown, and Brown is going to pick up 15 on the first down play. Nice play there for the Eagles. I hope the Eagles win. Okay. Being a Giants fan, I would prefer if the Eagles don't win, but they seem to be. They have to lead it by 4 right now. Here is a 1st and 10. They go to the ground here with DeAndre Swift, who is going to find 4 yards. I'm rooting for the Eagles. No, I'm rooting for the Seahawks, but I don't have a huge preference. Here's a 2nd and 5. Hurts looks to throw, throws quickly. That is caught by Devontae Smith, And Smith taken down at the 46. Another first down for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts tonight, 17 of 27, 143 yards, 54 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Hurts launches way down the field here. Quez Watkins is the target. It's intercepted in the end zone by Julian Love. Picked off in the end zone, and the Seahawks will take over at the 20. That is a huge, huge interception by that Seattle defense. Hurts is looking for the big play to the end zone. Instead, the Seahawks got a huge defensive play with the first turnover of the game, and the Eagles' lead will remain 4. And a huge timeout. Or a huge turnover for the Seahawks. Alright, so the Seahawks with football on their own 20. Here's the handoff to Kenneth Walker running right. And he gains 3 on the first down carry. 8 minutes to go in the game. Jalen Hurts, 8 turnovers last season, 16 this season, which is 4th most in the NFL. He is 0 for 3 on 20-plus yard throws, and got an interception there as well. So here is a 2nd and 7. Walk under center. Keeps it on the ground with Walker. He runs for a yard or 2 up to the 25. So here is a 3rd and 5. for the Seahawks. Lock looks to throw. Throws over the middle. That is incomplete. Off the hands of Tyler Lockett and incomplete. He's also looking for a flag. He's not going to get one. Let's see here. No, excellent no call. But 4th and 5, and the Eagle defense forces a quick 3 and out, and the Seahawks able to do absolutely nothing with the interception. They punt it right back. Covey on the return from the 16, on the return up the sideline, is out of bounds at the 26. So nice 10-yard return. So the Eagles take over at the 26 with 6:35 to go, up by 3, 17-13. Walker has no touch on the ball. Yeah, it does seem like that. Like, if he could have put that over the defensive back, that would have been a perfect throw. Instead, he just tries to fit that in there to a tight window, which could have been caught by Tyler Lockett. But obviously, Drew Lock, he is a backup quarterback, and he's not a starter for a reason. So here is a 1st and 10 for the 25. Hurts hands off to Gainwell for a pickup of 3. Let's go Seahawks. I need the Eagles to lose for your Cowboys. I was just thinking about that. Or for my Cowboys. You speaking, that is. But here is a 2nd and 7. Hurts on the design run. He's almost stripped up from behind. He's still on his feet, and he gains 6 on the quarterback run. So it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 1. Quarterback comparison. Jalen Hurts, 17 of 28, 143 yards a pick, 60 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Drew Lock, 17 of 23, 116 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, and has not done anything on the ground either. Here the Eagles go quarterback sneak, and it is close, but Hurts is able to pick up the 1st down. So 1st and 10, they go to the ground with DeAndre Swift, and Swift bounces this to the outside. DeAndre Swift slides down in bounds after picking up 12. So 4 minutes to go. Seahawks have just 1 timeout remaining. DeAndre Swift tonight, 16 carries, 71 yards. They go back to the ground with Swift up the middle, and he gains 3 to the 50. So 2nd and 7, 3:15 to go. From exactly midfield. Hurts. Hands off to DeAndre Swift, who's taken down for loss of a yard. Leonard Williams in the backfield there. And this brings up a huge 3rd down. It is a 3rd and 8. Sorry, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, somewhere around there. Eagles 9 of 15 on 3rd downs. Seahawks need a stop. Play clock at 2. They get the snap off. Hurts looks to throw. He's pressured. Rolls out to his right. On the run. Hurts now going back to his left. He's way back behind. He's 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Hurts throwing downfield. Incomplete. That play took nearly 20 seconds. And a huge play there by the Seahawks defense. Not only getting a stop, but forcing an incompletion, so the clock will stop as well, even though it would have stopped at the 2-minute warning. So Braden Mann punts it away for, I believe, the 4th time today. And Seahawks will let this bounce inside the 10 down at the 8-yard line is where it stops rolling. So with 1:52 to go, the Seahawks take over with 1 timeout left. Eagles still with all 3 timeouts remaining. Seahawks need a touchdown to take the lead as they currently trail by 4. The field goal does them nothing, besides getting to within 1 point. But 1:52 to go. Here's the 2-minute warning after the punt. And the Seahawks will take over, needing 98 yards in 1:52 with 1 timeout. Alright, still waiting for them to come back from commercial here. I had to switch from your local ABC station to ESPN because of a weather bulletin. Oh, okay. It's always annoying when you have to switch because of something like that. So 1:52 to go. 17-13 Eagles lead. Seahawks needs to go the length of the field, 92 yards, with 1 timeout to score a touchdown. This season, the Seahawks have 2 touchdown drives of at least 80 yards. They will need to go 92 here. Walk, with time, throws underneath that is off the hands of Noah Fenton, incomplete. Lucky that wasn't intercepted. Off the deflection. Fenton has to catch that. So here is a 2nd and 10. Walk looks to throw. He's pressured. Gets to over the middle. That is caught by Metcalf. A sliding catch. And he is down at the 26. 90 seconds to go. 1st and 10 at the 26. Walk throws to the outside. There is no Fent. He gets his feet in bounds. He gains 5. Stops the clock with 1:24 to go. Good start to this drive for the Seahawks. Second and 5, that is incomplete. No, that was caught apparently. Metcalf somehow makes that catch. I thought that was clearly pass interference. There's no flag. The Eagles try to say that hit the ground. Let's see, did it? No, that never hit the ground. Nice catch there from DK Metcalf. Let's see, I think that's always on the hand of James Bradbury. Yeah, that's an unbelievable catch from DK Metcalf. That ball never hits the ground. Metcalf now up to 4 catches for 44 yards. And that short review did stop the clock for the Seahawks with 1:05 to go. So 1st and 10 from the 36. Walk throws. That is, I don't know where that was going. Maybe Charbonnet underneath, but he put a lot of zip on that ball to just check it down to his running back. But that's probably a better thing that it was incomplete. It saves time. That was an awful throw. So 2nd and 10. Walk in shotgun. Walk looks to throw. Over the middle, that is incomplete. Walk at the target. Walk to walk it was what they tried to do, but incomplete. Morrow with the deflection and knocked that away. But here is a 3rd and 10. Seahawks tonight on 2. They're 2 of 3 on 3rd and at least 10 yards. Here's a 3rd and 10 with 56 seconds to go. Play clock at 2. They get the snap off. Walk goes deep down the field. He's got a man. That's Metcalf. And then is caught inside the 30-yard line. To the 29-yard line. They now do run the clock. 42 seconds to go. A huge conversion there. Walk throwing sideline incomplete. That stops the clock with 36 seconds to go. But that was a huge catch for DK Metcalf. 5 catches, 78 yards. And he came into the fourth quarter with just 1 catch for 8 yards. 2nd and 10. Locke looks to throw. Underneath that is incomplete. Locke at the target. He looks for a flag. But he's not going to get one. 33 seconds to go. Here's another 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10. Excuse me. Seahawks 3 of 4 on 3rd and at least 10 yards. Walk looks to throw. Gonna take a shot to the end zone. Walk it! Touchdown! No, sorry, that's Jackson Smith-Njigba. But still, caught for a touchdown for the Seahawks. What a throw, what a catch. And Seahawks with the first lead of the day. It is now 19-17 after a 10-play, 92-yard drive that takes a minute 24 off the clock. What a throw, what a catch. James Bradbury got beat on both big plays for the Seahawks. The pass to Metcalf, and now the touchdown here to Jackson Smith-Njigba. The extra point from Myers is good, and the Seahawks now lead this one 20-17. Their first lead of the day. And they lead this with 28 seconds to go. So the Eagles, they do still have time. They only need a field goal to tie it. Drew Lock on that last drive, 5 of 10, 92 yards, all the yards through the air. Makes sense when you're under a minute to go, or 2 minutes to go. And a touchdown. The Eagles will need to go about 30 to 35 yards to get into field goal range, or more than 30. About 35 to 40 yards to get into field goal range for Jake Elliott, who's got a big leg. They do have 3 timeouts as well, so the entire field is open if you're the Eagles. So 1st and 10, Hurts looks to throw. Going to take a shot down the sideline. That is caught out of bounds. A.J. Brown, the target, incomplete. 22 seconds to go. You really don't need to use the sideline here if you're the Eagles. Second and 10, 22 seconds to go. Still all 3 timeouts for Philly. 1 timeout for the Seahawks. Hurts steps up in the pocket. Hurts is going to run. Hurts crosses the 40-yard line, and Hurts taken down at the 45. Timeout there. That was a big play there for the Eagles. Much needed yards. They just got to get into field goal range to give Jake Elliott a chance. He's really good. Got a big leg. He can make it from distance. We saw him make an unreal field goal against the Bills in the rain. Really windy there as well. and he made, what was it, 59 yards there. His career long is 61, twice. The last time he hit that was week 2 against the Vikings. Here is a 1st and 10, 13 seconds to go, 2 timeouts. Hurts looks to throw with time. He's going to launch one way down the field. That is intercepted. Did he get the feet down? Yes, he did. Intercepted. Julian Love, his second pick of the day, and it is a huge interception. It's going to seal the win for the Seahawks. A.J. Brown was the target. Yeah, I think he got those feet down. That was really close. Because the defender's there, it makes his first toe hit, and then his second toe, or his second foot, very clearly gets in bounds. What a play by Julian Love, his second pick of the game. They are going to review it, but this is an interception. But what a comeback for the Seahawks. Seattle confirms the upset. Yeah, really. What a pick, too. Coming over from the middle of the field to pick that. Another good call, young man. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. He kicks the corner in the leg, which is what makes his first toe hit the ground. Or at least it looks like it hits the ground. That's what they're talking about now, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is confirmed. It is an interception. And the Seahawks, with a wild comeback, and hold on for a win. A wild final 2 minutes. I will stand by what you said a few streams ago. Eagles won't win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. I mean, you never know. It's hard to win a Super Bowl. But it could be. But the Seahawks, with a comeback, a 92-yard drive with a minute 52 to go, to win it and upset the Eagles. The Seahawks jump into a playoff spot now at 7-7. The Eagles fall to the 5 seed, now as second place in the East. So let's see, where do the Seahawks sit at the moment? The Seahawks, oh, they're still in the 8th seed. They're not in a playoff spot, actually. They're tied with the Vikings, Rams, and Saints at 7-7. They're behind the Vikings and Rams, ahead of the Saints. They're behind the Rams because of head-to-head games. The Rams swept them. And they're behind the Vikings because obviously the Vikings have the tiebreaker over the Rams because of in-conference games. Have a great rest of your stream. Or have a good rest of your night. Sorry. Thank you. Same to you. See you in the next one. Get better soon. I'm feeling a lot better, but thank you. I'm just about better. But the Seahawks, with the win, they stay in the playoff hunt, and the Eagles fall to 10-4. And now these two lost this week for the Eagles and Cowboys, make the number 1 seed even easier for the 49ers. As if you look at the NFC at the moment, the 49ers now with a full game lead over the Eagles, Lions, and Cowboys. And they've got 2 pretty easy games left with the Commanders and Rams, plus obviously the Ravens next week on Christmas. That is really tough. Sorry, I just kicked my tripod. But that is going to do it for tonight's stream, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any other videos. I do my best to post as often as possible. I'm feeling a lot better. If you guys didn't know, I got a cold at the end of the week, which is why I didn't do my predictions videos, or actually any other video this week. But videos will be back. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn on notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next